of your first name, and it recognizes everything else, right? I hope people are not submitting after this discussion. So after this discussion, if you submit, that will not be allowed. Okay. So after now, we should stop submitting. Okay. So now you have, let's say, let's say your name is, so my name is Anand, right? So this is, let's write it A-N-A-M-T, because our alphabet is A to Z, so how everything is A small. So it should not really recognize A-N, everything else it should, right? So you try it. So this is already discussed in the tutorial by TA's list, right? So Q naught. Now when I read A, I should go to next state. When I read Q1, and I should go to next state, and Q2 is non-final state, right? So this is everything else it should recognize, everything else it should recognize. But if it is AN, it should not recognize. But this is not enough. We also have to draw the other transitions, right? So the thing is, it should of course recognize null. So that's for the first is empty. So the question will be, some people have made a mistake that they are drawing self loop in Q naught, but that is not correct. Having self loop in Q naught, maybe, so let's draw it first, right? So that is one, but let me draw it in red. If I draw like this, okay, and say that anything anything which is not A, I will do this. This is not correct. Why? Because this will end up, let's say let's say BAN. BAN it will not recognize, right? But BAN it should recognize. It should only not recognize AN. Anything else it should recognize. So this is not correct. Right? So if there is anything else, let me move to black. So if it is anything else other than A, it should go to a final state, right? Because it should recognize it. Anything else which is not N, it should go to the final state and it should recognize it. And even after reading N, if you are reading anything else, right? If you are reading anything else, it should recognize that as well, right? So we are almost done with all the transitions except one more transition which we need is in this final Q3, right? So in Q3 what happens? If Q3 you anything you read it, it should go to the final state, because it doesn't matter, right? So it can contain AN or not, really doesn't matter, because it has already read something before reaching here. So it will be the self loop here, and now this particular DFA will only recognize AN, that is the first two characters of my first name, and anything else, any other string. Sorry, it will not recognize first two characters of my first name. Anything else, it will recognize. All right. So now we have to draw a finite. We have to draw regular expression for this. So what is the rule of drawing regular expression? We have seen that we start representing each of these states, right? So each of these states using their incoming transitions. So for Q naught, there is only one incoming transition, that is from nowhere, right? So that is T. Similarly, Q1 is having one incoming transition, that is from Q naught. So I will write Q naught A. Q2 has one incoming transition again, and that is from Q1. So I'll write it Q1N, right? So Q1N. And then Q3 has a lot of incoming transitions. Actually, we need to write all of them. So first it is coming Q0 and A, right? Q1 and N. Oh, sorry, this is, let's write it small n. Q and small n. NN, and then Q2 sigma, and then Q3 sigma, right? So these are the incoming transitions for hey Apurva, you are not in the class. Do you mean by that? I clearly explained in the class, right? Where are you? So now, if you are reading only question and not listening to the class, I'm sorry, I can't help. Okay, so so this one is this Q3 is this, and then how do you represent this as a regular expression? So now we need to represent each of the final states as and then take a union of that, right? So Q naught is this, which is already there, no problem. So Q1, now I can write Q1 as Q naught as this epsilon A. So this is A, right? Q1 as A. Now Q2, I can write AN, right? Because Q1 is A, so Q2 is AN. Only thing left is Q3, so which is only thing which is slightly longer. So Q naught is epsilon NA, right? Then Q1 I can put A and N, right? And then Q2 sigma, right? So Q2 is A N sigma, and then Q3 sigma. All right. So Q3 is this guy. Now this guy, if you look into this, is same as Arden's formula, that is R equal to Q plus RP, right? Where this is R, this is Q, this is guy is Q, and this is P. So what I can do is I can write Q is equal to R equal to QP star. Right, so R equal to QP star, which is Q is this guy, which is nothing but Na, right? Because this can be written as Na, A N N, sorry, and then An sigma, right? An sigma plus An sigma, right? Let's write it like this. This part is Q, and then P is this part star. All right. So this is Q3. So we know we have represented Q1, we have represented Q naught, and also Q3. So union of all these will be the answer, final regular expression. So the final regular expression will be union of all these, which is what? Q naught is epsilon, right? Union can be written as plus or union are interchangeably used. Q1 A and Q3 is not A, not N, A, N, sigma, sigma star. Right? So very simple. Like this is what it is, and this is the regular expression what is coming as the final answer. And this is also you can verify this because it's either null, right? So it is either null, or by reading A, you can go to final. So what are the ways you can go to final state? Either by reading null, or by reading A, or by reading NA, right? Or by reading NA. Because this sigma star is just like you can have a zero. Or you can read AN, or you can read AN and sigma, right? Or either these things you read, and then multiple times you read sigma star, you will also reach to the final state, right? So this is the answer. And again, so we're following the rubrics. So let's also maybe follow it. So if your DFA is correct, right? DFA is correct, 2 points, because that was anyway done last time as well. So DFA is correct. All steps are correct. And all steps are shown. Can have some different way of showing, but all steps are shown. Then +5 and answer correct. +3. Okay, so 5, 3, 8, 10, 10 points. Okay. So this is we are done with this particular question. Maybe we can do one more MCQ question quickly because I think we have very less time. But next week we will have a quiz on Friday, which is during the tutorial time. Okay, so that we don't lose the class timing, because next 2 weeks we need to finish something like during machines and all. Let me see what was the question. Yeah. Okay. There was a question that minimum state DFA corresponding to the following regular expression over 0, 1 will contain 0 star, 1 star. Which expression? Right. So it should be like 0 star, 1 star. How did you draw? Anyone? Many people have made it correct. Some have made it wrong, but anyone knows the correct answer? So 0 star plus 1 star. Obviously, the first state itself also should be the final state, right? Because empty can be there. Now, since there is plus, so you need to have 2 branch, right? Cannot have anything else. 1 branch with 0, 1 branch with 1. Right? And then you have multiple zeros here. You have multiple ones here. But if you read 1, right? If you read 1 in this state, 0, this 1. If you read 1 here, what will happen? And if you read 0 here, what will happen? That should not be recognized, right? So that should go to the dead state. So this should go to the dead state. And if you read 1, if you read 0 here, because we don't want that to be. So what does this question saying? That 0 star, 1 star. So you can have first of all you have an option to choose any of these, right? So either 0 star or 1 star. So this is first option. So that option is given by this particular branch. Either you can go to top branch or bottom branch, right? Either you can go to top branch or bottom branch, that is 0 plus 1. Once you go, and then you can either read zeros, number of zeros, which is this one, or you read at least 1 0 and more zeros, right? Or 1 1 or more ones. But if you read 0 1, that is not allowed. So that will go to final, that will go to dead state. And if you read 1 1 1 and then 0, that will also go to dead state. So the answer is 4. Right. This was question. Okay, I have to leave because I have another meetings in 5 minutes. So maybe we can post this solution anyway, and we can also discuss. And then the next week we are doing again some at least 1 or 2 lecture on context-free language and PDA and non-deterministic PDA and deterministic PDA and all. And then after that we shall be moving to Turing machine. So Turing machine, and then next week you will have most probably you will have 2 quiz next week. One on PDA and CP and the PDA and CFG, but mostly on Friday and Saturday. Okay, so That's all for today. See you on Monday. Weightage of subjective. Today it was just 10 point, right? So other was 90 point and this one was 10 point.